I used to think that to be taken seriously in a hobby, especially enough to write about it, you had to have the smartest, latest, shiniest, most expensive entry ticket into that world. In my case, I thought if I didn't have the newest platform, I wasn't really a gamer or a gaming writer worth listening to. Until I spent several £100s on a piece of plastic that did absolutely nothing but collect dust and regret. If you're sitting on a hobby you love, whether it's gaming, gardening or restoring old watches, but you're terrified that you don't have the right thing to say, this video's for you. Today, I'm going to show you how one specific mistake from my past became one of my most effective writing prompts. The purchase you regret and what you do instead, and how you can use it to find your tribe without needing to be an expert with all the gear. And stick around because I'm going to show you my rule of regret. It's a simple mindset shift that unlocked a huge part of hobby writing for me, and it'll save you weeks of writer's block today. Back in 2011, I was desperate to play the new Elder Scrolls video game. I went out and bought the Sony PlayStation 3 specifically for that one title. I perched on the sofa, anticipation high, only to find the version I'd bought was, well, a disaster. It was broken, buggy, unplayable for months while they fixed the code. I felt like a fool. I had the console, I had the game, but I had zero joy. Eventually gave the machine away for free to a family member just to get the reminder of my impulse purchase out of the house. And I'm telling you this because I've been where you are, thinking the next big purchase or the perfect setup is what makes you legitimate. It doesn't, and that's something cool to write about. Now, before we map out how you can turn your own PS3 moments into content, I want to help you get those first words down. If you're ready to start but lack the confidence, grab my new writer bundle. It's the exact set of prompts and tips I use to keep my community growing, and you can find the link right down in the description below. Right, so my rule of regret, it's simple. Your most expensive mistakes are your most valuable stories. Most people hide their failures. Writers who build communities use them as a bridge. You might be tempted to keep your regrets private and only post about your wins. But the expert persona is a lonely one. People don't want to follow a superhuman. They want to follow a real human. You know, someone else who can actually make mistakes and learn from them. Here's how you use the regretful purchase prompt to build your community. Identify the shiny object. What did you buy for your hobby that failed you? Name the glitch. Don't just say it was bad. Describe the frustration. For me, it was a game that crashed every 10 minutes. And then the instead advice. What should you have done? In my case, I should have had the patience to wait for the reviews. This is where the value is for your reader. You're saving them the pain you felt. And the point of all this isn't to become a better consumer, it's to become a better storyteller. When you write about the purchase you regretted, you aren't just giving a product review. You're building a community based on shared experience and honesty. That's how you become the obvious choice for people to follow. You're the one telling them the truth. Your real-life experience. Because guess what? No one else in the world has your take on that. If you're stuck trying to sound like a corporate press release or a perfect expert, you'll stay invisible. There's plenty of them out there already. The internet has enough experts. It doesn't have enough of you. If your writing doesn't reveal the person behind the hobby, you'll burn out trying to maintain a mask that never fitted in the first place. So, your task today, pick one thing in your house related to your hobby that you regret buying. Write those 3 paragraphs about why it didn't work and what you'd do instead. Within minutes, you'll have your next newsletter issue or blog article ready to enlighten the world. Or at least the part of it that's into your hobby anyway. If you want me to look over it and help you polish your writing voice, consider booking a writer's confidence check or using my content polisher service. Let's get those words out there. And remember, your regrets are just stories waiting for a headline, and that applies to any hobby or interest I can think of. Don't let your buyer's remorse moments go to waste. Download the free New Writer Bundle below to get started. There's a link in the description. It's the fastest way I know to turn today's inspiration into a draft you can actually be proud of. Guess what? We're writing on the internet, and it's a lot more fun than a glitchy game console. See you in the next one, and as always, the very best of luck with your writing. Cheers.